The other idea about error handling that we need to understand is it's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission. EAFP. In EAFP, we say, okay, an error happened. What are we going to do about it? Because as you know, if we have an error in our code, normally it kills the program. The program crashes and stops. And if we have data that we've entered or something that we've done in the program, we lose all of that because we have to restart the program. That is not the experience we want user to have. So in EAFP, what we're doing is we're saying, what do we do if there's an error? And the words that we use to capture that are try and accept. Using try and accept, this piece of code accomplishes the exact same thing that the previous piece of code that I showed you does. Okay, so I'm asking for a user number, and notice it's not look before you leap. I'm not checking to see if it's a number. I'm just going straight into it. I'm going to convert that thing, and let's see what happens. If it works, then we'll break out of the loop and we're done. If it throws an error, it won't crash the program because it's inside a try. I like the word try for this purpose, and because it says, let's just try it and see what happens, right? Let's see. If we have an exception, which is an error, then it's going to say that's not a valid number. So same thing, same exact effect. In fact, if I run those two programs side by side, the user's not going to be able to tell which one I'm doing because they do exactly the same thing. This one, however, actually creates an error. I'm just handling that error and telling it what to do instead of crashing, which is much nicer. You always have to have try and accept together. You cannot have one without the other. Everything in the code block beneath them is indented just like an if, just like a loop, just like a function. So this code belongs to try. This one belongs to accept. Either it works and it does this, or it doesn't work and it does this. If there's any errors in any of this code, it will stop and go to the accept block at that point. Okay? So if we take a look at this in code, let's get rid of this stuff. We don't want to uncomment that. Okay, so here's the code again. Now, obviously, if I do this without the try and accept, I'm going to have to unindent these a little bit here. So I've just got get the input, convert it, and then break. Let's see. So I run this, enter a number, a D. If I enter something that's not a number, I get a value error. So that's the behavior without error handling. And with error handling, okay, I've got my try and my accept here. Like I said before, it works just like the previous piece of code. Now, I'm going to tell you that's not all. There is more that you can do with try and accept.